name's Amanda, and I'm coming to you from Scott County Public Library today. I'm a librarian assistant, and I'm here to share with you some of the discussion on the KonMari method of decluttering and organization. And hopefully we can get some good tips out there to you guys for the new year. So the KonMari decluttering method and organization was developed by a Japanese consultant called, and best-selling author called Marie Kondo. So today I'm going to have a discussion and a breakdown of some tips for implementing this in your home so that you can have a successful time of organizing for the new year. So ideally, you should only have to declutter your space one big major time, and that way eventually you'll be able to inherently know whatever sparks joy to come into your house so that you can have a peaceful and joyful space. So when you bring something into your home, you're going to want to kind of just decide whether it sparks joy and whether it's something that you want to have in this new creation and new life that you're making for yourself. So Marie Kondo recommends to follow everything in the sequential order. First thing is to commit to tidying up. Do this wholeheartedly. Don't just say half-heartedly, I'm going to just kind of move things around. Really focus on thinking about each individual item, what it means to you, what the purpose of it is. Be devoted and committed to making this big change in your life. Say, I will do it, and start it and finish it. And next up will be to imagine your ideal life. Kind of look around your space and imagine and visualize and dream of how you really want your home and your space to look and to be. Visualize it and then materialize it. See it and believe it, and as you go throughout decluttering, use this as a goal to guide you. Also, finish letting go. This is probably going to be the one that's the hardest for most people, and that is because there's sentimental and emotional attachment to certain items that we have. You can come to terms and peace with the items that you're about to let go of, and that's probably just the best way to do it, to just look at each item. Marie suggests to just look at each item and thank it for the positivity and the life that it's given you and the things that it's done for you in your life, and then you can pass that on to someone else. Or share it. That helps create a space that's physically and emotionally free for us. So next you would declutter by kind and not location. Usually we want to declutter by like rooms such as the kitchen and then move on to the living room and so on. But actually the KonMari method recommends doing it by kind. So for instance, if you wanted to gather up all the shoes in your house from all the different places they're located, you would start with your shoes and just go through that. This also helps for you to be able to see all the things that you have and don't have, because you've got all of the one item in one location. And you can see how much of it that you have, and kind of helps decide how to get rid of some things. Next up is to follow the right order. According to the KonMari method, we should declutter from easy to hard. This it helps us kind of build up our decluttering and organization muscle, so to speak, so that by the time we end up getting to the really sentimental items and the ones that cause us to kind of look at emotions and thoughts a little deeper, we already have some experience with the organization and decluttering. So she suggests that you start with your clothing, and then you move on to books, you go on to papers, you go on to like kimono, which would be like miscellaneous stuff, and then you would move on to your sentimental items. And so that's kind of the order that's recommended for this method. Next up is probably the most iconic part of Marie Kondo's decluttering method. In fact, she wrote an entire book on it called Spark Joy. So to ask yourself the question is, does this item spark joy? Is it something I love? Is it something that makes me happy? You can hold the item actually and see if it brings you any joy. See if you physically have any happy feelings with it. And that's kind of one way to do it. And if not, then you can let go. But yeah, to spark joy, you want to keep things in your life that bring you love and peace and happiness, because that's one of the biggest points to this method. So you can keep it if it does spark joy, and you can take it forward with you into this new life that you're creating with all this organization. Practice this, get comfortable with it, and it'll get easier as you go. Do that with all of your items in your home, especially the items that you are unsure about keeping. So those are the basic steps, but not included in those are some really helpful tips that are very crucial to the decluttering and organization method. I wanted to go over those briefly today. First of all, her folding method, Marie Kondo's folding method. And she recommends that you have it completely flat, and then you just kind of roll it over and over. And when you put it in your drawer, you're gonna lay it in your drawer like this. And then you're gonna just line all of your clothes up that way. That way you can actually see what you have. And chances are, if it's at the bottom and you haven't worn it in forever, it can probably go. This way you're very organized, and you can just really know your wardrobe well. Tidying up by elimination is also very important here, because this is more about organizing than by eliminating things, by decluttering. You're wanting to get rid of it rather than just move things around so they look neater. You're actually going to want to declutter and get rid of the items. So that's very important in the elimination part of it. The KonMari method, when you really think about it, it's just all about what you love. It's the things that you want to keep with you and choose to keep in your life, rather than what you want to take away from it. So envision the life that you want, and just create it. Keep the items that you want in your life going forward, and just have love and peace and organization all around you. And there you have it, and that's pretty much like a bird's eye view of the KonMari method. And there's so much more. There's just really so much more to learn about. So if you want to learn about this and study it on your own, I highly suggest checking out some of Marie Kondo's books, like the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, Spark Joy. She even has a manga book too, and I also recommend her new Netflix series called Tidying Up. So I just really want to thank you guys for joining me today, and for more events, please visit our website at scottpubliv.org, follow us on our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So again, thanks for joining me today, and I hope that 2021 sparks some joy for each and every one of you.